Okay, we're going to do a highlight video of Tour of America's Dairyland Cat 4. This is day 7. And this was a very technical course, so the plan here was to be in the top 10 to 15 wheels so that these corners could be well managed. You're going to see later why 10 to 15 rule didn't apply. I should have been up in the top 5 even on this course, because this corner specifically was just so sketch. I mean, people were flying off the road here, you can see, even on the first lap. So the other aspect of this course was this hill. You got to go down these 2 corners. People were almost crashing up there ahead, but you just sprinted up this hill every single time. And I think I did 15 times of like 1,000+ watts for 10 seconds. So just sprinting every single lap is, you know, really draining on you, and you really got to be in a wheel. But here you can see when you're up in the front into these corners, like I am here, I can take whatever line I want. You can see behind me, the traffic just, you know, causes problems. So this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be just first into this wheel, so any position that I could move up in that finishing stretch meant that I could take these corners faster and however I wanted. You can see I can just fly through these corners and open up gaps. But when you're behind traffic like you are here, then you're hitting people who are hitting brakes, who are sketching out. You can see here there's just too much brakes going on, and you know, I was just really not happy if you're not up there in the top 5 or even on the very front. But here you can see, I realized up this sprint, I couldn't say climb. I was sprinting, but I just wasn't sprinting hard enough to stay on a wheel. The other aspect of this is that this finishing stretch, you could move up. People were easing up, and it was really important to move up right here, because then you could be, you know, have much better position into these corners. But you needed to really move up because people were braking, as you can see there, and just taking weird lines. So, I mean, again, you can see I'm like 2, 4, 6, 7, 8th wheel maybe, and it was still not close enough to the front for that corner to be taken properly. So, and again, this hill was just, it was so draining, man. I just tell you, like, you just sprint up like 17 times up a hill, and it really hits you really hard. So here you can see we're about to hit the corners again, and I didn't really move up. I really could have been hitting this a lot harder to move up more positions into this corner, but again, the plan was if you could get up into the top couple wheels into these corners, you were in much better position, and then, yeah, you could kind of hang back on this hill, but then gaps would open up like you can see here. So even though you could, I had to sprint up this hill every single time, you know, the idea was that if you could stick on a wheel, you're still in someone's draft. And I wasn't very great at this in this race, because I was kind of gassing. I was just kind of gassed by that hill. So here you can see again people braking in the corner.
Jesus, so much brakes. Stop braking!
Yeah, so I'm like screaming at people, and you know, when you hit brakes or people were sketchy, you get stuff like this, which was one of the bad crashes. I just missed this crash, but you know, that corner specifically was really sketchy. So here we are again. Let's see what I do. Am I on this wheel? I'm not exactly on this wheel, and I'm sprinting, and I can't hang on to that wheel. I'm not in that draft the whole hill. So again, that kind of hit me pretty hard. But then if you get up in a decent position into these corners, you know, you could do okay by kind of dropping back a little bit on that hill. It just kept draining on you. And here again, you can see the same guy letting up gaps.
What the fuck, bro?
And I'm starting to yell at him like, you don't got a teammate up there. What are you doing?
You don't have a teammate up here. What are you doing?
But I mean, I guess it's all fair because everyone was really kind of gassed. And you can see here, I was gassed because I should have been moving up right here, and I wasn't. But that hill just kind of wears on you. So again, these corners were really important. And here you can see I'm on the wheel now, finally, into this hill. Again, sprinting 1,200 watts out of it, but like, still, I guess that's better than not being on a wheel in a draft. But here we are, last lap, so let's see how this plays out. Way too far back, as I didn't want to be like 10th wheel here into this corner. And what that means is last lap, I needed to be way up there, like 3rd wheel, 1st, 2nd wheel, and you can see just, look at that chaos. I mean, I was screaming, I was yelling, that was just, it's not where I wanted to be, 17 laps out of 17 laps. So here you can see I'm pretty much out of position, and I'm going to lose this race, right? So I try to hang on, but basic gist is I just wanted to move up a couple positions. I was just really worn out by this hill. So that was how today went. Still did a decent sprint to pull out a position or 2 here to still keep up in the overall. But keep watching, because the overall is about to get very exciting, and next race is some pretty good results. So keep watching, subscribe, and let me know what you think.